This is the video animated version of the Rodwa and Rodwa podcast, where we aim to communicate scientific research to science enthusiasts. You can find the link to our podcast in the description below. We also post an animated video version of each episode here on YouTube. We are your hosts, Radwa Awisha
and Radwa Sharaf,
PhDs, pharmacists, and molecular biologists. Have you heard of these respiratory viruses that are circulating this season?
Yeah, I have a bunch of friends and some family members who recently reported symptoms like runny nose, coughing, sneezing, fever. What's causing all these symptoms?
Yeah, so some of these could potentially be COVID, but many people have had COVID tests and they came back negative. So it could be other respiratory viruses such as the flu, respiratory syncytial virus. It could also be a common cold. So many of these symptoms overlap and are very close, and it's sometimes very hard to tell them apart. But it could be any of these viruses that I've just mentioned.
I see. And is it true that the numbers of infections are rising over this season?
Yes, so unfortunately, the number of cases for viruses such as the flu and RSV are higher than what is normally seen this time of the year. So these viruses usually cause more cases later in the winter, but we're seeing so many cases earlier in November and December. And it's also true that hospitalizations are rising, especially among children, because of these respiratory viruses such as RSV and flu. So RSV is a virus that most children, the vast majority of children will have been infected by the age of 2. And so it usually doesn't cause many problems in young children. Most of the symptoms resolve, but it could potentially cause more problems in young infants and in older people.
That's quite unfortunate. So what can be done when someone realizes they're infected?
So first is to manage the fever and pain with over-the-counter medications such as acetaminophen or ibuprofen, but never give aspirin to children. So it's important to talk to the healthcare provider if the infected person is a child, because it's important to know what medications to give the child, even if it's a non-prescription medication, before actually giving them some things such as acetaminophen or any cold medication. And it's also important to stay home if you are sick. We don't want the numbers to rise. People don't want to hear any more about mitigation measures, but if you're sick, just stay home and rest and drink enough fluids. It's important for people to rehydrate because there's loss of body fluids that is associated with RSV infection.
Thank you so much for all this information. This sounds great. So we'll do these steps if we realize we're infected, but are there steps that we can take to prevent ourselves from getting infected to begin with?
Absolutely. So fortunately, we have vaccinations against 2 of these viruses, which are COVID and the flu. So get your flu shot if you haven't already done so. Most people get their flu shot around October, but it's never too late. You can still get your flu shot in December or January, and or even later, because you will still benefit from the immunity that will provide you. And as for COVID, the message is very simple. You should get a booster dose in the last 4 to 6 months. So if you haven't had a booster dose in a while, this is the time to do so.
I see. Well, let me go get my shot then. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Feel free to reach out with suggestions for future episodes or leave us a comment directly on our YouTube video. See you next time.